What up, everyone? Pat Mayo here. I talked to Ben Rasa at the end of the Tour Championship show about Ryder Cup pairings and the Ryder Cup in general for a real long time, so I decided, hey, let's get 2 episodes out of this. It's a shorter one, but hey, it'll be fun. Who doesn't love talking about the Ryder Cup? So in the DraftKings comments, give the episode a like. That's always first thing. And then leave your DraftKings handle and tell me your dream matchup on both sides. A twosome versus a twosome that you want to see the most. Put you in a draw for 20 DK bucks, all right? Enjoy the show.
Mayo experience.
Mayo experience. Mayo experience. Mayo experience. Experience.
Did you have any thoughts on the final Ryder Cup pick? Because I saw like Twitter blow up about this. Like, Tony Finau shouldn't even been considered. It should have been Patrick Cantlay. It's like, what are you talking about?
No, I didn't have any thoughts on it because I not that I've been following it closely. I just thought it was a mortal lock that it would be Finau. I didn't even know anyone else was considered, to be honest.
I don't know if they were. I guess the argument started to come down about Phil as well. That just like Phil shouldn't be on the team. It should be Cantlay or it should be Keegan. It's like, or Xander. It's like Phil's gonna be on the team. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, this is. That's
what I'm saying. It's like I don't think Phil should, but you knew Phil. Obviously, Tiger's on the team. Bryson's on the team. And then the last spot, I'm not the biggest Finau guy, but it's hard to not pick. Even, Xander was just like, yeah, Finau should be on the team. It's hard to really argue there. We'll see. I mean, it's in Europe, obviously. That's not going to be easy, but you kind of have to. I don't want to say I like their chances. They haven't. When's the last? Do you know when the last? It's been a while, right, to win over there?
Oh, since the Americans won in Europe? I don't even have the number.
I think it's in the early 90s, I want to say. It's been a while.
It's been that long?
Maybe that's wrong, but right. I don't think they've won on European soil in a long time.
This is one of the better looking on paper American teams in a long, long time. I still kind of like Europe, though.
Yeah, oh, no. I mean, I don't want to say I feel like a traitor. Yeah, I kind of like Europe, too. I do think they have a chance, and I want to look that up.
I'm trying to find it here now.
Well, you're better at that than me, but
yeah, I can't find it.
It's we'll see. I mean, I don't know, I haven't looked at the course too hard. I know they're playing, in France, obviously. And
they're playing at that course where they had the French Open this year, which is kind of super tight. But like Sergio played well, Rahm played well. Obviously, Noren won. Julian Surrey, maybe they should have put him on the American team. Good course history.
Yeah, we can New York City boy. Yeah, I mean, guys have seen it, and we have the talent. It's just for some reason, unless that I could be wrong. I was pretty sure though it's been over 20 years.
So okay, the last 2 the Euros have won, and the last American victory in Europe they won 1993 in England.
Oh, okay, yeah. So 25 years. That's a lot of years.
And the Euros have won 5 of the past 6 Ryder Cups.
Really?
Yeah. And this is actually no. This I am not looking at this right at all. Apparently the Ryder Cup site. I just assumed from the top they'd be going down because pretty sure the Americans won at Hazeltine last time, didn't they?
Yeah, definitely. They definitely won.
So on the Ryder Cup site, it's just showing me up to 2012 for some reason.
Alrighty then.
Sick updates on the site. They won 2012, 2010, 2006, 2004, 2002.
I was going to say, I remember, not that Europe had a little run there, but then the US has been holding it down at home. I just know when it's over there, they've had some long struggles. So it'll be interesting. I mean, the pairings are always cool. See who plays with who. And then, we got Captain America holding it down. But they have Poulter. I mean, that's the one thing I'm not a fan at all of Ian Poulter. He is very impressive though in this format.
Do you think that I know a lot of data guys were having this argument why Cantlay should be on the team. I'm not saying Cantlay shouldn't be on the team over Phil, but that just was never going to happen. So I don't understand why you'd be so triggered about it. But do you think that Reed and Poulter are actually objectively better in this type of format in this type of setting?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm not saying that Reed's not and Poulter is. I feel stronger about that with Poulter. We've seen that time and time again. And Reed, of course, his track record's immaculate, and the whole him and Rory thing and all that. Yeah, I do think there is something to playing more so your opponent and not the course. It's just a different mindset. I'm certainly have no knowledge of that. I'm a horrible golfer, so it's not like I've played any match play games in my life. But I think that there are certain guys who can do that, where they have the ability to more, because you talked about it. It's not there's I don't want to say there's elements of luck, but it's more you don't have to play well or bet. You just have to play better than your opponent on each given hole. You win by one. That's all. That's the name of the game, of course.
Well, the pairings throw people like I feel why I always like Europe in these situations. I feel like they care about this more.
That they do. I mean, we got like Dustin Johnson. We just talked about.
But even like Tiger, like does Tiger really care about winning a team event?
No,
he might. No. He might now. I don't know. But like for years, like this always just seemed like a hassle for Tiger.
It showed in his little record that he was not great in Ryder Cups, and
he was so dominant in match play overall when he was playing to win match play. Like
it's 9-8.
Like, I think that there is sort of like a galvanizing team concept that the Euros kind of buy into more than the Americans do.
No, there's definitely something to that. I'm hoping, obviously, as an American, that maybe the fact that we haven't won over there in so long, that this like new, because I'll say, and maybe I'm reading too much into it, I feel like a guy like Justin Thomas really cares, and he's one of the newer guys. So I'm hoping that kind of new wave can maybe break the trend. But yeah, Europe's strong. I mean, Sergio, we'll see how he does in the. I don't know.
I doubt Sergio plays much. You might be right about like the Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth. Bryson seems real gassed up to play.
Oh yeah, like he's a nut.
He's fired up to be on this team, and Finau probably will as well, or he might just be happy to be there. But like, could Bubba care less?
No, Bubba. Like, if someone's gonna, I don't think you can withdraw. But if there was a person to do it, it would be Bubba. Yeah, he doesn't care. But the new wave, Ricky. I mean, he doesn't play great, but he cares. Spieth, obviously, and I agree. Bryson will be geared up, ready to go. So we're gonna need some heavy lifting. Obviously, Reed will be. We need him to be Reed to have a chance.
Yeah, and it's funny, like everything that we talk about, or at least people like to create the narrative around certain guys all year long. It's like, well, Rahm can't win this because he's too much of a hothead. Like that now switches at Ryder Cup. You're like, Rahm's a hothead. That's great news.
Get passion, baby. That's all we need. Yeah.
So for Ryder Cup, that's the best thing that you could have on your side.
Yeah, that's why they took all the spend. They should have took RCB, my man.
I would have taken RCB over taking Sergio for sure.
Same. It's funny you say that because like you were talking about the American side. I didn't think there was anything there. If I cared about who they took in Europe, that's a real gripe. I mean, Sergio's been terrible, and RCB's been objectively better. And it's not like it's a Phil situation. I thought they should have went RCB there.
Well, and the problem is yeah, he's been playing poorly. Although he did play well at this French course, that he wins the Masters and doesn't get to cash in on a Ryder team after winning the Masters.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's only obviously once every couple of years here, but this is I haven't seen. I mean, I know it's a weird question. Do you know the line? Are the Americans favorite?
I believe the Americans come in as a favorite here.
Yeah, I mean, the talent. You look at it objectively, and you're just like they should win. And then you look at that they haven't done it there. They also need. It's a little margin. They only need to reclaim it because they're the champs. So they only need 14 points. Europe's obviously got to get to 14.5. So
I feel like that works in Europe's favor too, just because they're Europeans and they don't mind tying things.
That they're just playing for the tie. They don't.
Yeah, us North Americans don't want a part of a tie. Let's be real.
No, we go for the kill.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun. I mean, I want to see it. I'll be watching for sure. It's definitely. The President's Cup wasn't exactly must-see TV last year.
No, it was not. And I feel weirdly invested in the President's Cup because my country gets to compete in the President's Cup, but like legit no one cares. So it's like, Yeah,
it's a little tougher. It's like, Siwoo and Hadwin talk about camaraderie. I don't know how useful that really is, but.
So finally, are there any pairings that dream pairings that you would like to see on either side? Because I think we're gonna see Spieth and Reed together again, like they always play together. And I think that Bryson and Tiger is gonna be a team. If it was me, I would put Bryson with Bubba. and just have the most hated team in the world.
Yeah,
on the
that I
American
don't
side.
want that. Obviously, yeah. I mean, Spieth and Reed is going to be cool.
Phil and Tiger.
That's what I was gonna say. I guess we could see it. I don't know if they'll actually go there. I've heard it, of course. Ricky and JT. I wouldn't be surprised if we see that.
I think we might see Ricky and Phil.
Ugh, what a stupid pairing. I mean, Ricky. I guess his claim. I heard Ricky say in a press conference. You know, he can play with anyone. That's one of his assets, I guess. So we'll see how they structure it. But I mean, I'll be excited. I like the individual. I hope Rory and Reed go head to head at one point. Even though I'll be rooting for America, I do love Rory, so that'll be a tough one.
Well, I know like there are team captains. Obviously, you got Stricker and you got Furyk and you got Thomas Bjorn, but like there's the actual like captains of the team. Like, is Patrick Reed the captain of Team USA?
I think he's gotta be. I mean, I would say him or Spieth, which is just like disturbing.
Who is it for the Euro team? Is it Rose? Is it Poulter?
Yeah, I guess maybe Rose, Rory. I don't know.
It's kind of crazy. I'm curious.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see the Euro pairings because I don't think they're gonna. I don't think they'll play Sergio all that much.
No, neither do I. I 100% agree with that. They are more mysterious as a whole. They have some guys I have no clue how they're going to play. And yeah, they got, I don't know. The thing, it's amazing. I don't think I've ever said this on the show, but just for people, when I say with Rory, my whole thing with him is that the way I used to rate, and this is just kind of how I do it, is if every golfer was playing their best, their absolute best, who would be the best? And to me, it's Rory. When he hasn't done that in a while, but that is why I kind of say that I think he's the best. It's just if everyone had their A game, I would take him over anybody.
It's funny. Both Feinberg and I say that on the show as well. Like that is the reason to like because you see it when Rory is rolling. It's like, oh my god. Like,
yeah, it's
like that final round at API when he won this year. It was just like, oh,
super putting. Yeah, no, I mean, and I'll admit we haven't seen that a lot lately. So it changes, but that is where that originated. It was just when Rory is Rory like that, it's unlike anyone I've seen.
I'm trying to find like what were the pairings last time. Do you know that Reed and Spieth are the most successful pairing, I think, in the history of? No, sorry, Arnold Palmer and Gardner Dickinson.
Gardner.
We're pretty good. They were 5-0 together. Reed and Spieth, they played 7 combined matches as a team. They're 4-1 in 2 halves.
So not bad. Yeah, that's pretty. I know we're going to see them, and they do seem to have. I'm fascinated to know who's, what will Europe do in terms of who's going to combat that? How do they attack that pairing?
Well, how do you just dummy up someone? You put your 2 worst guys together.
You can do the human sacrifice. Yeah,
that could be why they win all this stuff too. But like, I've always seen Reed and Spieth as very similar players with very similar games. And I always wondered, like, do they try to play like personality matches with these teams? Or like, I think that playing a skill match would be like when you correlate your lineups on DraftKings, like, hey, I want like 6 good putters or 6 bombers or 6 great approach guys or 6 great ball strikers. I think that makes the most sense for these pairings. Maybe guys are like comfortable playing with each other, but like, why are Scott Brown and Kevin Kisner such a good team? It's because they have exactly the same games. Why didn't Wes Bryan and John Rahm not work out at that like alternate shot tournament? Because John Rahm has never played a shot from where Wes Bryan hits the ball off the tee. It's never happened before. Like, wouldn't you want to put people in the most comfortable situations that they're used to? And it seems like Spieth and Reed, like, they drive the ball pretty similarly off the tee. They're both not straight hitters, so they're used to playing out of the rough. They both have really good short games. Spieth historically is a better putter, but they're both pretty good putters.
Yeah, no, I mean, you said it. You can't have people. It's just they're out of their comfort zone. Even not that they're overwhelmed, but why would you pair someone who they're just hitting shots that they never hit and vice versa? So yeah, they make a good. I mean, I remember when they were playing against each other this year at the match play, and Spieth was hitting it off the cliff. It seems like on every shot they were both awful, but they obviously have something. Together, they're comfortable. They have a flair. Reed just has a flair for this as a whole. How much of that is just random right now, and how much of it is just he truly is good at match play? This will be a big test. If they can break this little streak in Europe, that would be impressive.
Trying to think. Do you know who the sneaky Euro team would be in under these parameters?
Norn.
Sergio and Casey.
Just the
they're like the same. They're like the same guy.
Yeah, just the human sacrifice team. Get them out of there.
But they would ball strike out of this world, and no one would ever make a putt.
Yeah, they just can't. Literally, they can't putt. Neither of them. Like alternate shot, best ball, it wouldn't matter. They would both just be. I'm interested to see Noren. That's the guy. Dark horse, like I could see him being just good.
Who would you put him with? Would you put him with?
That's what I was thinking.
Like, do you put him with Poulter?
I didn't think about that.
Like, who do you put Poulter with?
I mean, he's good for the singles matches. Yeah, no one probably wants to play with that. Throw him with Rose.
Yeah, I think you would have to pay. Like, I just think that pairing Rose and Stenson together makes the most sense because they have such similar games. Like both the long iron games, like being accurate off the tee. Stenson doesn't hit it quite as long, but like he's okay with hitting a longer iron and making up for it. And they always play exactly the same at like all the same courses. It's almost like Kevin Chappell and Jason Day that Rose and Stenson tend to play well at the same courses. Might as well throw those two together. But like other than that, like who do you like? Noren and Poulter, like I guess make the most sense. Olesen and Poulter just have the one guy who's complete hot fire and the other guy who's just super steady.
Like, I don't know what they're going to do with that guy. I mean...
I would throw Olesen with Rory and just say, screw it. Or Rahm with Rory.
Rahm with Rory is what I thought. That's just the ultimate pairing. Yeah, it's a weird team. They got a lot of different types of players. I don't know. Well, if they can mix and match, they've done it historically, but that's tricky. There's some weird guys on that team that kind of don't have a natural partner.
That'll do it on the Pat Mayo Experience. Obviously, the shorty. Thanks for watching. You can follow Ben on Twitter at JazzRazDFS. Check out all of his work on Awesemo.com. Sub to the Pat Mayo Experience pod. Remember, enter the draw by giving the episode a like, going to the comment section, leaving your DK handle, and your 2 versus 2 dream pairing for this year's Ryder Cup. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you next time.
Pat Mayo Experience! Experience!